Uvalde Radio, Robert McGill here with you, and joining me on the phone to talk about Foursquare Friday and the Uvalde Main Street program, the lovely, talented Susan Rios.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I am good. It's been a while.
I know. So we've done one other chat during quarantine, and it was also by phone, right?
Right, it was.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
We were all on sort of stay-at-home orders back then.
We're doing this by phone, but yeah, I mean, things are starting to kind of open up a little bit now. You know, we're getting out and doing things, and speaking of, you know, we're going to actually go and give it a shot and go for Foursquare Friday this weekend, right?
Yeah, we're putting our toes in the pool of life again and testing the waters and just getting the public and the store owners kind of back into the rhythm of spending our second Friday of every month out and about together.
So let's go ahead and just take this moment as a reset to explain everything about Foursquare Friday, what it is, where it came from, you know, how long you've been doing it, all that good stuff.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see if we can give the Cliff Notes version. Foursquare Friday is every second Friday of the month. Granted, we did skip April and May because everything was on quarantine lockdown, but yes, every second Friday of the month, downtown Uvalde, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The entire event is really focused on the community enjoying a night of extended shopping local. So we tend to have live music and food and cocktails, and the stores stay open late, and it's just a great time for families to come out and just stroll downtown, meet their neighbors. This month, socially distancing, meet your neighbors,
right.
and just really taking in everything that is truly wonderful about downtown. We've been doing this about 8 years, and every year it sort of morphs into something a little bit bigger, a little bit cooler, and kind of gets a revamp. And so that is Foursquare Friday in a nutshell. This is the time to get out and support your friends and neighbors that have local businesses.
Well, again, like you said, we skipped a couple of months because basically the world shut down, and here we are. We're going, like I said, putting our toes back in the water. What can we expect this Friday evening, again, 6 to 9 p.m. In downtown? I know probably not all the businesses are probably going to be participating, but for those who are, let's go and talk about those details.
Yeah, so it is going to be a little smaller scale than some of our regulars may be used to, but I hope that's not going to stop anybody because we still have stores and restaurants open, so we are happy that our friends and partners at Edwards Furniture, the Bling Buck, Mi Vida, Julian's, Grease Boutique, Dollhouse, Carlito's Way, Broadway 830, they will all be open or at least have extended hours. So all those folks will be there for you to shop, especially if you get there at 6 to really experience everything. We also have, for sure, 4 vendors signed up to be on the plaza. So we're excited about that. So we've got our friends at Randy Records will be there. So all of you people who've had like this vinyl record shut down in your life, you can come check out vinyl. We've got Brenda Castilla. She's going to be out there. She's going to have some stuff that she does, Scentsy and wax warmers and car fresheners and stuff like that. I've got a young lady that's going to be selling snow cones. What a perfect thing for a June night is having snow cones. And then we have Nancy's Novelties of Uvalde. We'll be out there kind of selling some T-shirts and light-up toys and things like that for the kids.
Nice.
And that's all going to be on the plaza. So we're excited. And then I'm really happy that once you do all your shopping downtown and kind of get out and see everybody again, check out all our fabulous painted benches in our Park Yourself in Uvalde project, then you're going to head over to Broadway 830 because they have some live music going on Friday night. So it's going to be a really excellent night to be downtown.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. I mean, even though there's less than usual, it's still a lot. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, So you're absolutely right. Where it feels like, well, we've got some of our friends aren't quite open, and we respect that they're not all going to be open.
Sure.
because we know some of those individuals, either themselves or family members, have fallen that high-risk health category, and we completely respect that everybody's got to figure out what is best for their business and safe for their family.
Well, absolutely, because some of these shops are larger than others. Some are smaller. Some are just inherently intimate, And then, of course, different shops are going to have different help, whether just scheduling and having the resources for these times, where you need the extra PPE and the extra staffing and so having somebody to wipe things down. I mean, it takes people and it takes money. So obviously we don't fault anybody who's not open. But for those who want to get out, who feel comfortable out there kind of mixing and mingling safely, this is exciting to have Foursquare Friday back. So thank you so much, Susan, for making this.
Hey, we are excited. I know this has been really hard for me because I never, ever cancel Foursquare. Even the nights that we have had wind and snow and hail, Foursquare still goes on. It truly took a global pandemic to shut Foursquare down. I think that's the force that is to be reckoned with that's downtown. But I'm glad we're back open and ready to go. In fact, this month we are calling it our Believe in Downtown because we usually do a nod to our honey industry in the month of June, but we are calling it our Believe in Downtown Foursquare Masquerade. So we are encouraging, we're not requiring, but we are encouraging everyone who is comfortable to do so to wear your mask, because as you get in these stores with your friends and neighbors, and like you said, some of them are a little bit more intimate surrounding, the mask may be ideal to keep yourself and others safe and healthy during these kind of trying times, as the buzzwords are out there.
Buzzwords. Okay, good.
That's right.
So there you go. Foursquare Friday.
Puns we can squeeze in this interview that we can give it a try.
That's awesome. But again, Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., downtown Uvalde, that's the place to be. Now, you mentioned, our honey industry. Let's go and talk about it because in the midst of all this, our honey festival did get canceled for the year, right?
It got postponed.
So
I'm going to say that because I always feel when I hear people say stuff got canceled, it means it's never going to happen. It's just not happening on the day we thought it was. So we are moving forward with it, but unfortunately for a lot of our fans, it won't be until June of 2021.
Okay, so that is canceled for the year, but we're going to keep it going next year. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I'm encouraging everyone that for every event that you're disappointed that got moved, postponed, canceled, however you want to look at it this year, whether it's something that Main Street's doing, like our Mariachi Madness or our Honey Festival, or even something that's been such a signature event for the community like Palomino Fest, is to realize that you might miss it this year, but it just gives all the planners and volunteers that extra time to make next year's even bigger and better than it would have been.
Well, and another note is that sometimes if you go ahead and try to do these things, you force them, and they fail, financially, that can set the whole festival or event back,
Yeah, and it can even possibly mean that it is, a lot of people may not be aware of, is that a lot of these events, and even certain businesses, are struggling to get insurance. And we're all required to have insurance for these sorts of things, but because of COVID-19, insurance companies are really erring on the side of caution. So whether we wanted to have them or not, we couldn't always properly insure them, and that's a big piece for everyone's safety and peace of mind.
Now, I know that it's probably kind of sketchy to talk to you about upcoming events. I know you did mention the Metalachi show. I think is that a solid new date in October? Is that right?
We are hoping that's going to. We have. We still have tickets on sale. We have moved that to October 24th. That is a Saturday at the Sergeant Willie De Leon Civic Center here in Uvalde. So you can go to our website, mainstreetuvalde.com, to purchase your tickets, or you can get them directly on Eventbrite. We are hoping that's going to move forward. We are going to keep going in that direction. Right. So provided that we do not have a very serious second wave, or we get recalled on a state or city level for capacity restrictions, we will be having the Metalachi concert in October.
Okay, well, is there anything else that's rescheduled that you can say, hey, you know what, as far as we know, unless something changes, this is happening going forward, or is everything else just kind of...
Everything is sort of moving to 2021. fun.
Okay.
We hope that Foursquare Friday is going to continue and be in place, and we have some fun themes and activities for the future ones. So we're excited about that. I always feel like we have a mini event every month. But we are most likely moving the Mariachi Madness component to next year. And again, that's because it's really hard to get the insurance and the vendors. Everybody's still a little nervous right now. Yeah. And we respect that. So to make sure that the event goes off without a hitch and that it does succeed, we are going to kind of err on the side of caution and push those into 2021. We are, think Christmas is a big question mark, I think, for a lot of folks, and we're trying to work with the city of Uvalde right now to make sure that the big Christmas at the Crossroads continues, so we're starting to have some conversations about that, and it may sound a little silly to some, but all we can ask is everybody sort of hope and pray for good health and good science so that we can continue to have events and not have to shut down again.
Right. Well, again, we're talking to Susan Rios from the Main Street Uvalde program. They're the ones that put on Foursquare Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. Get out there and test the waters with us. We're going to have a good time. And I know you've been staying busy during the whole big break. I know you were getting certified, and you even got what you personally got a degree, right? Saw some graduation pics. Go ahead and give us
back and have been secretly under the radar taking more college courses to go with like this hodgepodge of college courses I had. I got a little degree under my belt there in the summer, and then for Main Street and to help not just downtown businesses but all businesses. Did a little training to become a certified instructor for a destination marketing class, and that may sound crazy, but it is so I can teach businesses how to become their own destination, and that sounds a wee bit strange, but when we think about a business that's a destination, there's always these places that we hear about. We're like, if I'm ever in this town, I got to go there because they have Bass Pro Shops is maybe a good example of a large scale, but there are even small mom and pop businesses that have become a true destination because they have something truly unique to offer. And so that is going to be a new class, hopefully late summer, that we will be offering for our businesses in Uvalde. So it's been a very busy training and education last 2 months for me, along with all the other projects we've been doing.
Well, and I know you guys have stayed very active on your Facebook page, offering local businesses information, about all this stuff, especially with the COVID-19 information. But for those who maybe are hearing about this stuff for the first time, let us know what Main Street Uvalde offers, especially our downtown businesses.
Oh, yeah. So I really like to say we are probably the best free resource there is in the community outside of Workforce Commission, because Main Street is such a catch-all for stuff. So some of the things like during this COVID, for example, was really trying to have a one-stop resource on our website or social media, or even if you just called or emailed us, we could offer businesses access information to all the loans and grants that were available, because a lot of people knew about the things that the Small Business Administration have, like the PPP loans and the EIDL loans, but a lot of people weren't aware that there were a lot of private grants that were specifically designated for restaurants or female-owned businesses. And so we were trying to always have that information accessible for people. And personally, we do cater. We serve the downtown Main Street area, which is about 200 businesses. But really, during times like this, all of Uvalde is my downtown. So if another business called me, I was really happy to share with them whatever information we had. The other things we always wanted to offer were ideas and situations to really help people pivot and not panic during this time. How to get maybe their side hustle going. What are some of the things I'm closed, but that doesn't mean I need to stop working. So how do I revamp my window displays? How do I look at new inventory? How do I create my disaster and resiliency awareness plan? Because that was a big deal, right? Nobody had this had this planned.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So just really trying to offer those resources. We still are continuing to have facade grants for businesses, and we have businesses applying for that, giving them economic feedback, giving them design and architecture assistance. Main Street really has a lot of stuff for everyone. That didn't stop. We just upped our game during COVID to really add more to that resource pool.
Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job. It was great watching all your videos and coverage and information that was just kind of being thrown out there. It was almost too much to keep up with. But Susan,
it really is information overload. But,
yeah.
But I will say this, Robert. So for those who are listening, if you are not sure about what we do, I'm glad to educate you or send you the information. But if there is something specific you need for your business, please get in touch with our Main Street office. Contact me, because if it's not a resource I offer, will do my absolute best to get you to the entity or person that can help you with your situation. Because we're here to get everybody into a stable, safe, secure place for their business during this time.
Well, that is good stuff. And, of course, you can find Susan at the Main Street page on Facebook. And the phone number is 830-278-4115. Any other way to contact us? Pretty easy?
Yeah, email mainstreet@visituvalde.com. You can also go to just mainstreetuvalde.com, which is our website, and it has our contact information. We're also on Instagram. Sometimes I can respond to smoke signals.
Right.
Come by the office at 300 East Main Street. So we are open again. We just are sort of taking people a couple at a time. So, just knock and you're welcome to come in, and we'll get you all the help you need.
Well, as always, lots of great information. Anything else we need to touch on before we wrap it up here?
I just want to give a quick shout-out and thank you to all the artists and sponsors who have taken part in our Park Yourself in Uvalde painted bench project.
Yeah, those look so awesome.
Everybody's going to come out on Foursquare because we will have 13 of the 15 total benches installed by Foursquare Friday. We've got 2 more that will be coming out later in the month, but that has been a tremendous project, and we've had so many excellent artists in the Uvalde area. We had one from Hondo, and then our sponsors have been wonderful, and I know the Leader News has been, and yourself have been great about sharing that information. Mm-hmm. But I really hope people come out and see those benches in person, because they are all spectacular pieces of art.
Well, like I said to you earlier, I haven't even had a chance to see them all in person yet. I personally, Friday for Foursquare Friday, me and my daughter are going to do like the bench tour. We're just going to go make a point to go check every one of them out, because there's so many new ones there that we have not seen yet. So that's a really, really exciting and beautiful project. I mean, it brings so much color downtown, and again, showcasing some local talent. And man, it's just what a great thing that's come together very nicely. I mean,
and it's something you can do and be safe, healthy wise. That's really a social distanced, non-human contact way to enjoy downtown and kind of get back into a routine of experiencing life again.
Well, just to get back to the very beginning, I mean, you've been working on this thing for quite some time now, and we've had conversations about it, about the whole project. It just has been fantastic watching it all unfold, going from a concept to something kind of happening to something that's pretty much in place and almost complete now. Those benches are amazing, and it all started with an idea, and we thank you for that, for having the idea.
Thank you, and I can't, again, I'm so grateful for my board of directors and the community kind of getting behind an idea, because as you know, sometimes you have an idea, people will either think you're crazy or they'll love it, and so I'm really glad that my craziness was embraced, and the community seems to be very responsive and accepting and loving this project. So I'm very excited it's turned out as well as it has. It's kind of my pet project, and I love it, and I couldn't be happier with how it's turned out.
So again, if you make it out of Foursquare Friday, maybe you don't have a lot of money to do some shopping. If you can, please shop for Father's Day. That's coming up. And,
absolutely.
And if you're...
let's see. Well, that's Flag Day. Father's Day is the 21st. I got to think about it. We got 2 holidays, right? Flag Day and Father's Day.
Yeah. But if you're broke, then just take the bench tour. Have a good time and enjoy the weather. It's going to be beautiful, and enjoy our beautiful downtown Uvalde. So, okay. Well, I guess I'll wrap it up here with Susan Rios, Main Street Uvalde. Again, go to mainstreetuvalde.com. Call her at 830-278-4115. Instagram, Facebook. And thank you again, Susan. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you. And it's going to be a honey of a good time Friday night.
You better believe it. All right, we'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.